Okay, today's going to be about taking care of rust, and we're going to use some sealer like Por 15. There's a lot of products out there. We actually found a new one that we're going to try because Por 15 has got really expensive, and there's some other rust inhibitors, rust sealers out there. So what we're doing here is, as we can see, it's really rough. All the companies say you can go right over the top of that, which is fine. I understand. But when you got loose rust and you put that over the top, there's nothing for it to stick to. So eventually it's going to pop off. Even if this converter is as great as they say it is, it's still going to pop off because look at, you keep rubbing, it keeps turning to dust. Now you got all kinds of dust underneath there. Put the sealer over the top, it's not stuck to anything, it's going to lift. So here's how we kind of started here. We're just knocking this down. There's actually a panel we got to put in here. So we started knocking this down a little bit, and we're getting all that loose rust out of there. So then we're going to go back and we'll use our rust converter in here. So that's kind of today's episode, showing you how to clean this up, how to get this straightened out. So you got something good there. Sandblasting is, you know, it's kind of old world. There's bead blasting and everything else out there. Sandblasting, you can pick up a bag for 10, 12 bucks. You can get a lot done with it. In a lot of areas that you can't do anything with, and like for this rust inhibitor and stuff, it's going to help clean that metal enough where it's going to seal it. So that's kind of today's episode. And like up in here, these panels used to be bolted and then they were welded on top. Well, you're never going to be able to sand that perfect in there to get a good seal in there. And you can see that because the last guy, they tried sanding a little bit, but you're not going to get it tight. So now you get all kinds of rust forming underneath. So we're going to blast these areas and clean these up. Any place there's bubbling rust, we're going to clean that down. We'll use the Por 15. We'll seal it all. Por 15 sealer, and then some places we're going to have to putty, of course. And we'll put the Por 15 and put the putty over the top of it just to seal it up. So that's today's episode. So Hunter's going to teach you a little bit about sandblasting. We already started working on quite a bit of it. You look at the inside of the van, it's black. That is black sand with rust in it. And you look on the ground, there's plenty of it there. You can see all the shiny parts. That's actually metal particles that are coming out. It's going to leave you with a rough surface. By the time we're done, we're actually going to spray the rust inhibitor on here. Got a real good tight seal on it. And we're going to be cleaned up nice. So that's kind of today's episode. So keep your eyes out. Hopefully you'll learn a couple little techniques. You'll learn how Hunter watches and how he's using the gun at different angles to get underneath and clean it back. Because if you hit this straight on, you're going to just get straight. It's going to give you good penetration, but the outside's not. So he's going to teach you how to hold the gun and kind of glance at it and chip it away so you get it kind of a decent edge. It's not going to be a feathered edge, but it'll be more decent of an edge. So it's going to look nicer when we put the final paint on it. So that's today's episode. Stay tuned, and thanks so much for watching. We appreciate you guys.